Okay, it's kind of spooky season already, so we're just going for it with like, what is it? Teresa's dead. She always says like the space alien, and then she says another word that I can't say out loud. I don't know. I'm like feeling it. I'm like really, really feeling it. Welcome to today's video. If you want to see how I did my makeup, I did do like a get ready with me video like 2 videos ago, so you're more than welcome to like check it out. And if you're like, what in the 2018 is going on, because I'm like full glam, I actually did use a palette from 2018. I used the ABH Subculture palette, and it's as terrible as everyone said it was, but the colors are so unique that I just always end up not wanting to get rid of it. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I really like the duochromes. They're kind of hard to pick up on a brush, but the rest of it, it's trash. Honestly, it's trash. But that's not what today's video about. Today is an update to my Project Pan. So if you missed the like introduction to the Project Pan, it's like the last video that I uploaded, or like near about. So go watch that. I did have the flu for a week, and then after that it gave me a double ear infection and a sinus infection, just because like everything wasn't draining, I guess. That's how the doctor explained it to me. I wasn't wearing a ton of makeup for about half of the month. So I wanted to do like an update every 3 weeks, but I needed a little more time to actually make some progress, and boy, have I made some progress. Nothing has been used up yet, but we're doing really, really good. So without further ado, let's get started. And I'm thirsty, hold on. The first product is this Garnier Fructis hairspray. The original marking, you can see it there in permanent marker, but I painted over it with the same nail polish that I put right here. Oh my God, I meant to do my nails. I literally pulled out the stuff to do my nails, got distracted with a phone call, and here I am not having done my nails. Well, at this point it's too late. So this is how much progress I've made. I don't know if I'm gonna wear my hair out like this today. We'll see. But if I do, I'll hairspray it. Right now there's no hairspray on it because I just washed my hair like last night. And to be honest with you, it's not that this is difficult to use up. I just genuinely forget to use hairspray, because for me, I'm like, we'll just kind of see what happens with my hair when I could hairspray it. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But either way, I feel like I can use this up by the next update, because the can goes up. It's like, it goes up to here. So the can on the inside will stop. So based on previous progress, if I continue using it in the same way, hopefully by the next update this will be gone. I disagree with it that it is ultra strong hold. It's like literally not, so you can brush it out. But it's decent, and Garnier Fructis is cruelty free, so for it to be a drugstore priced item that does a decent enough job, I do think that it's like worth your curiosity. I'm not like a hairstylist though, so look up other people's like hair reviews when it comes to stuff like that. Okay, the next product is this Olay Regenerist. Did anyone else growing up think that Ellen DeGeneres was like the generous, like she's a generous person, and then Olay Regenerist was DeGeneres too? Like I don't know why growing up I always thought everything was DeGeneres, like the generous, like generosity. I don't know. This is the Olay Whips, and this is the kind of pump that slides up. So I'm measuring it on the base of the pump. So the product is up here, but the base of the plastic component is right here. And so this is where I was. It has slid up that much, and based on the progress, well, to be honest, I barely bathed for those 2 weeks that I was sick. So I think that I will make more progress now that I'm like actually washing my butt. That's really embarrassing. The next item is this body spray from Bath and Body Works. It's in Champagne Toast, and it smells fine. I just prefer it in a candle. I don't love this on my body. No, it's Champagne Apple and Honey. The Champagne Toast I like. The Champagne Apple and Honey, to me, it just smells like a good candle smell. So I've been using this on like my bedding, on my couch, and I've used up so much product. I kind of feel, not that I'm wasting it, but I kind of feel bad. Like I feel very entitled that this is something that when I run out of, in all of my Bath and Body Works sprays, I don't just I can't have a burp that like won't come out. I don't willy-nilly go and repurchase them. I don't have an entire like pantry full of Bath and Body Works items because they are expensive. I think that on YouTube, we see a lot of people just buying stuff nonstop. They get PR, so you forget, like, it's okay to say something's expensive. It's okay to be like, I'm not spending the money on that. And Bath and Body Works is one of those things where if I'm not gifted it, I usually don't have it, period. There are a few products that I love from Bath and Body Works. For example, I do love their candles, but every year for Christmas, I just ask for one from my sister or my brother or something like that because I'm not going to spend the money on it. It's just, they are expensive, period. I barely buy candles in general. I actually always ask for them for Christmas. That's neither here nor there. I've made a ton of progress. I do feel a little bit guilty that I'm like not appreciating it as like this body spray that I'm blessed to have. It costs $15.50, so it's older because now the price has gone up to $16.50. But it is getting used up. It's not sitting there expiring, and I'm using it up in a way that feels really good to me. So I love that my house smells like this, and it can be seen as wasteful, but I think what is more wasteful is allowing it to sit in my collection and literally collect dust. Anyway, I've like rambled on about too much stuff. Let's get into the makeup products because I'm doing so good. This is the Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothing Priming Moisturizer. If you can find this on sale, I do recommend it. It is a little bit of a pricier product. It's not like high-end like luxury, but it's also not drugstore. So if you can find it on sale, I do really like it for the fall and winter. My skin has been absolutely loving it. I've made a ton of progress. I feel as though there's an air bubble. And the way that I tell where I am is I like folded it down as far as I could get it. And that's where it went. So I feel like there's an air bubble and that there's less product in there than what I'm thinking. But I have no way of proving it. So I don't want to like mismark it or lie on camera, you know? I am also using up the Revolution, Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. This is the driest hydrating concealer I've ever used. And when I dip in, I still don't have to reach around to the sides to have a full brush. So I have already taken the stopper out. You can see in there pretty good. I don't have an additional flashlight because I use my phone to record my videos. But there's a little bit of windowing around the edge. It's hard to tell because the packaging is opaque. But I only need a little bit of this because I go in with is my lighting bad? No, it's just the fan. Because I go in with an under eye corrector before I use this. So this really is more or less just to brighten a little bit, and then that's it. When it's used up, I will not repurchase. And if it's not completely used up by the end of the year, I'll probably go ahead and just like throw it away / declutter it, because at that point I will have been using it for nearly 2 years and it's just getting to be that time. But you know, it's doing its job for right now. I have tried mixing it with foundation to wear all over the face that I get more use, and it's just too drying for me. It says conceal and hydrate. It's not hydrating at all. Okay, the next product is really dirty. It's the Milani Prep Set Glow Powder, which I love. Apparently they have a different powder out now that I'm willing to try. This is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. So this is the first update, and you can definitely see that the pan has been expanded. It's getting annoying to set my face in the morning, so I think I'm going to have to switch from a big fluffy brush to a smaller brush, maybe something like this, to just take it a little bit on and then set, which I need to set right here anyway. I'm getting a little bit shiny. But this is a very nice powder. Whenever I first got it, it was 110% absolutely my holy grail powder. But in recent years, this idea of like a glowy powder that doesn't make your face look super matte, it has become popularized. Therefore, it's not as difficult to find a product like this. So I can use it up, resting assured that I will be able to find a replacement item for it. Now let's get into my e.l.f. bronzer. So much progress has been made. This is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. I'm so excited. It's also getting a little more difficult to get this darker shade. I think it will be going first, but it's perfect timing for that because we're getting into fall. I'm not self-tanned at all. I mean, I might go in soft tan, we'll see, but as long as I'm in my fairer like shade, then I can mix these together to get a bronzer shade. And eventually I will have to repress this, but I will take a before and after whenever I do. Now the last two products, they do not have a ton of progress, but I've been using the stew out of them. The first, both of them I actually have on. I actually have used all these products today, except for the hairspray. This is the e.l.f. Berry Mary blush. So compared to before, you can see that there's really not a ton of progress. I can see a little bit of like the grid pattern of the pan sort of peeking through. I hope that that's picking up on camera, but there really isn't much progress. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna hit pan on this because it is like a deeper shade for me. So I can't really like go ham on it, you know, like for example, in comparison to this Milani blush palette, these two shades, I can just powder away and you're not going to see a huge difference. But if you compare the depth of this blush to these, you can see how much deeper the e.l.f. one is, therefore more difficult to make progress on. Okay, and last but not least is my Too Faced Candlelit Glow Rosy Glow Powder. This is it right here. I'm wearing it today. You can see it. It's pretty. It's pretty. It's a step that's unnecessary because it is such a subtle glow that like when it's that subtle, you can just live without it, you know. But this is what it looks like. Oh, almost just fell out of my seat. So there really isn't much of a visible difference. And I tried using this as an eyeshadow, but the base of it is really like truly kind of sheer. It's like translucent. So it doesn't really show up as an eyeshadow. It more or less just gives it a glow. Like if I were to swatch it, like I'm like literally going ham on it. All right. I'm like, all right. Got it on my finger. But then when it comes to swatching it, I already kind of swatched it right here. This is me pressing as hard as I can. Like you can see, it's just not, it's beautiful. It really is. But it's just not super duper pigmented for me to use as an eyeshadow. But it works beautifully as a highlighter. I could put more on right now and I'm just not going to overdo it. It's just not that type of highlight. So we love it. Not a big deal. But it's just frustrating in terms of panning because there's no visible progress. Wow, I just filmed this entire video and realized I forgot something. So editing me, but I'm not really editing, I'm just coming back. This is my update on the eyeshadow from the Modern Renaissance palette. I've hit pan. Can you even see the pan? Get with the program, iPhone. I'm gonna get a Galaxy. This is what that little pan looks like. And so I think I will continue to use this shadow until the next update. And then at that point, I might try to use up like this shadow. But for up until the next update, I will continue to pan this just to see how much pan we can use up in one more month. Okay, back to like your regularly scheduled programming. Anyway, that's it for my update. Those are all 10 of my items. I feel like next update, I will definitely have used up the Full Control hairspray, and I would love to have potentially used up my powder and hit pan on the blush. I feel like those are realistic goals for this project pan, but of course you never really know until you get there. That's kind of the beauty of a project pan. It's just interesting to see what gets used up versus what you think will get used up and in fact doesn't. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll subscribe so that you can see the third update, and that is it for me. Bye y'all.